Few fictional characters are as instantly recognizable and enduring as James Bond, the legendary British secret agent created by novelist Ian Fleming more than 70 years ago. Since his first cinematic appearance in Dr. No, 1962, Bond has become a cultural icon, captivating audiences worldwide with his blend of suaveness, danger, and unflappable cool. Over the decades, the franchise has evolved to reflect changing times, with the latest film, No Time to Die, 2021, marking what many consider the most politically correct and woke iteration of the character yet. Ian Fleming, who crafted the original 12 James Bond novels before his death in 1964, laid the foundation for a hero who is as complex as he is charming. After Fleming's passing, various authors continued the literary legacy, while the films took on a life of their own, expanding Bond's reach far beyond the page. The cinematic Bond is perhaps the most famous, known for his iconic traits: martinis shaken, not stirred, a trusty Walther PPK, and the legendary code number 007. The film franchise began with Sean Connery as the first Bond, who was just 31 years old when he starred in Dr. No. Connery's portrayal set the standard with a charismatic mix of toughness and charm. George Lazenby followed as the youngest Bond at 29, starring in only one film, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, 1969. After Lazenby's sole appearance and Connery's brief return for Diamonds Are Forever, 1971, the franchise shifted towards a more debonair tone with Roger Moore. Moore, cast at age 44, remains the longest-serving Bond actor with 7 films, starting with Live and Let Die, 1973. The 1980s saw Timothy Dalton bring a grittier, more serious approach to the role in his 2 films, The Living Daylights, 1987, and License to Kill, 1989. Following him, Pierce Brosnan revitalized the franchise during the 1990s with 4 films, beginning with GoldenEye, 1995. Brosnan's Bond was smooth, combining the charm of Moore with a modern edge. Then came Daniel Craig, who debuted at age 37 in Casino Royale, 2006, reinventing Bond as a more vulnerable and emotionally complex character across 5 films, culminating with No Time to Die. All 6 actors who have played Bond share certain physical traits, notably their height, ranging from Connery's 6'2" to Craig's 5'10", and a strong connection to Britain. Brosnan was born in Ireland but educated in London, while Lazenby, Australian-born, moved to London to pursue his career. Despite this geographic diversity, the role of Bond has historically been reserved for white men with British ties, a tradition some now question as the franchise moves forward. In March 2022, Amazon shook up the landscape by acquiring MGM, the studio behind the Bond films, for a staggering $8.5 billion. This move instantly gave Amazon full ownership of the franchise, along with vast resources to shape its future. Rumors soon surfaced that Amazon had paid an additional $1 billion to phase out longtime producers Barbara Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson, signaling a major change in the creative direction. These shifts have fans and insiders speculating wildly about the future of 007. With Amazon's deep pockets, part of a $2 trillion empire, and the recent addition of acclaimed producers David Heyman, known for Harry Potter, and Amy Pascal, noted for Spider-Man, to oversee the franchise, the next era of Bond is poised to be unlike any other. Industry watchers are eager to see whether the company will maintain Bond's traditional image or reinvent the character entirely to reflect the diversity and cultural shifts of today. Amidst all this, former Bond girl Halle Berry has entered the conversation with a surprisingly nuanced take. Berry, who played NSA agent Jacintha Jinx Johnson in Die Another Day, 2002, Pierce Brosnan's final Bond film, was recently asked at the Cannes Film Festival about the possibility of a female James Bond. She admitted uncertainty, saying, "I don't know if 007 should be a woman." However, she expressed enthusiasm for a Jinx spin-off, lamenting that such a project probably should have happened, and that she would have loved to see it. Berry's role as Jinx was memorable. Her character was a formidable ally and skilled agent whose nickname was said to come from being born on Friday the 13th, adding a touch of superstition to her tough persona. Die Another Day was a commercial success, grossing over $431 million worldwide, after which the Bond franchise took a brief hiatus before Daniel Craig's gritty reboot with Casino Royale. Her comments highlight a larger debate among fans and filmmakers. How should Bond evolve in a modern world? Is the iconic role tied intrinsically to the image of a white British male, or can 007 become more diverse in gender and ethnicity? Casting a female or non-white Bond would mark a radical departure but might also inject fresh energy into the franchise, attracting new audiences while respecting its rich history. As the world awaits official announcements on the next James Bond, speculation abounds. Some imagine a younger actor from Britain or the Commonwealth stepping in, others propose a bold reinvention with a female lead or an actor of color. What remains clear is that with Amazon's stewardship, the franchise has unmatched resources to explore all these possibilities and more. Whether 007 will continue as the quintessential gentleman spy, or transform into a figure representing modern inclusivity and complexity, one thing is certain. James Bond remains a symbol of cinematic cool and intrigue, ready to thrill audiences for decades to come.